Living with integrity despite everyone else winning. What's up, people? A little bit of an early upload today, though it probably won't matter to you because you'll be pressing YouTube whenever you press YouTube. But yeah, living with integrity is a tricky one, especially in today's times where obviously the economy is not really great around the world. Everything's expensive, and obviously this kind of leads into behavior that a lot of people take in order to kind of suffice, or at least provide enough of a means to support maybe their family, maybe themselves, and obviously just to become more economically well in their life. However, oftentimes this comes at a cost of integrity. So I get it completely. Money's always to be made. It's a pretty powerful thing on the planet, and I think there's obviously better ways to go about it. Obviously, at some point in time, you may not have any other option rather than take means that don't really uphold integrity. But again, you want to kind of avoid that as much as possible. And I don't mean live an honest living where you don't make much. There's a lot of different ways, especially now in a digital age where you can essentially thrive with integrity. You can create solutions that better the world, and especially nowadays, there's a lot more focus on that kind of stuff. So I think there's better ways to go about it, and to the point where you can actually enter like the millions and even potentially billions of money that you could really obtain by doing so. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, even if you look at a lot of these different charities, the owners, they make a lot of bank, man. They make a lot of money. So there's a lot of different ways you can kind of go about it, and it doesn't go just integrity in terms of money. I feel like that's just the most common sort of thought form that comes about when you think about integrity. But it kind of goes across a various different, I guess you could say, actions, should rather say, because integrity in terms of upholding maybe friendships, family, attitudes towards everyone else, and just a whole bunch of other things. A lot of people don't really have that, and they become kind of selfish, mainly due to, again, personal needs. Like I said, things like the economy can tie to it. People are probably less happy than ever. People are also a lot more quote unquote busy because they're obviously stimulated by a lot of distractions. They can't concentrate for a long period of time, and yeah, pretty much it's not a great thing, because obviously, me personally, I think integrity is one of the most humble, the most noble kind of paths you could take. A lot of good comes from integrity, and a lot more people need it in the world, man. And it's kind of sad to see, because obviously online, the things that go most viral tend to be the ones where people have no integrity. And I don't think that's a really realistic representation of people. I still think there are a lot of people out there who still uphold good values, but again, because of things that go viral based on just fear alone and attentive content, this is what makes it appealing. And can't hate the game. You really can't. That's just how it is. That's just how a lot of people get stimulated from. But again, living with integrity is just something that is just so important. Not even just for the planet and the world, but just to yourself, because the way you treat others is also a reflection of how you treat yourself to some extent. And that's why when you see a lot of people who tend to hate on others, or again, they don't really live with any values relatively close to integrity, they tend to self-hate. They tend to kind of go into that vicious cycle of self-hate, as much as they might not show it, but that's just how it is. So rather, instead, we should obviously lead with love and light, rather than kind of opposite side of the spectrum. You can learn from maybe times where you might have not lived with integrity, but it doesn't mean you should continue doing so. And if you are the person right now that continues to, again, do bad stuff, you know deep down inside your heart that it's not right. And at some point, you will have to change in order to lead a more fulfilling life. And so, have hope for humanity. Have hope for your brothers and sisters and planet itself. Integrity for the planet itself. Integrity for looking after it. I mean, there's a lot of like plastic that gets dropped in the ocean that everyone pretty much knows about now. Yet we still litter. Yet we still kind of take part in a lot of different things. And I'm not saying you have to obviously become some like activist, climate activist, or you know, some sort of like, all right, I'm gonna drop everything in the world and just do charity. Nah, not at all, man. You're obviously gonna have your human desires and needs, but just to be a little bit conscious of your day-to-day actions and thoughts in terms of how well are you treating others, and are you really treating yourself with that kind of integrity too? Because you might not be, and we've all got room to improve. We've all got kind of more lessons to learn and all of that good stuff. So you just got to take care of it, man. You really do. Otherwise, you know, you're just gonna suffer. And what's the point of wasting years suffering? Because you're gonna grow old, and then you're gonna grow weary, and then you're gonna be slapped with a bunch of regrets. Maybe I should have done things differently, and that's not a good feeling now, is it? Uplift your brothers and sisters, because who can really help each other out? Only us. Only us. And you never know how well your actions or even words can impact another person. It could, you never know. Imagine, say in the grand scheme of things, right, in a scenario of the infinite possibilities that we have. Say, for example, you say some kind and uplifting words to someone else, and that leads to a domino effect of them creating, like, the cure for, like, I don't know, cancer or something like that. It's very possible. So let's try and start living with more hope in terms of those kind of possibilities, and again, uplifting each other and yourselves. And you might say, how does that link to integrity? Well, integrity to uphold for other people can also relate to uplifting them. You're living with true morals, and again, truth. Truth is a very, very big thing when it comes to integrity. A lot of us like to lie to ourselves and to other people in order to escape fear and not tackle root causes of a lot of different things, and that is terrible. It is terrible, because the more you delay it, the worse it's gonna kind of bubble, and then you're gonna end up exploding at some point, and that's not good. So lead your life with integrity, whatever that could mean to you at this kind of stage in your life, and move forward from it, because it's a great thing to kind of pursue. Nobility is something that used to be sought out a lot back in the days. At least I think so, maybe. But it was a pretty cool thing to have. A lot of people give you more respect when you're more noble and uphold integrity, because you kind of give it to yourself. And so if you look at all of the past noble kind of leaders, look at how much love and admiration they got. And you could tell when the way they acted and the way they kind of spoke, they spoke in a way that not many other people really had. And so if you're someone who's trying to be a leader, whether that be in your own life or for whatever cause you're doing it for, uphold those integrity values and live with morals, man. Because I think more than ever, we need it now. At the end of the day, I'm going on a crazy tangent right now, but at the end of the day, we're all human. We all bleed the same blood. So we should treat each other with the same amount of respect that we should be treating with ourselves. Take what you will from this video. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.